Christmas already has been the conversation since beginning of October. As soon as we were halfway through the month, in Home Depot, in Lowe's, and Michael's, all those stores already had Christmas decorations. It is so consuming and bombards us physically, emotionally, financially. So what do? I'm here to share with you 5 tips to help your Christmas feel less stressful and be something you actually want to remember. I'm Laura Kraft, and I hope you enjoy Real Mom Life Facts. Okay, so let's dive in. Christmas is already here mentally, financially. It's everywhere we look. As soon as that trick-or-treating took place, the very next morning, the decorations were up and out there and everyone's ready to serve eggnog. I don't know about you, but being a mom and having 2 little girls and big extended families on my husband's side and mine, it's been kind of a stressful situation. We grew up differently with our experiences and traditions with Christmas. And I would just complain and get frustrated. And my poor husband, I could tell after a while, he got a little just down about it and he didn't want to talk about it anymore. And I get it. And he would have issues, but we never actually came together and talked about what do we want. And so here's some 5 tips. I was at an event where a woman who wrote a great book, Loving the Christmas I'm In, and she talked a little bit about this, and it inspired me to condense and make it work with my family. We're just a little bit different. I know a lot of people have different focuses, and so for us, I wanted to simplify this and fit our way of life. You fit it to your way of life and your beliefs, okay? But the number one question we have to talk about is, why do you celebrate Christmas? Is it about the hustle and bustle, the parties and the gifts? Is it about the decorations? Is it for religious reasons? Is it family reasons? Really sit down together, you and your spouse, and talk about why you celebrate Christmas. Why is it important to you? And elaborate. For my husband, he said it's the joy of giving. And I said, okay, but what does that mean? What does giving mean to you? Because everyone has different, there's giving just to give, and then there's giving something that's meaningful. And so I had a deep, good conversation about why we celebrate Christmas and why it's important to us, okay? Number 2 is, what do you remember about last year and the year before that, and then going back to your childhood? What are the things that you actually remember about Christmas? And then I want you to divvy it up. What are the things you liked that you remember, and what are the things that you remember and wish you didn't? And really just, this is a great time to make a list if you're a list maker, or just get it out there and talk about it. What are the things that both of you remember about Christmas, and narrow down to the things that you like and the things that you dislike, having a conversation about how can you eliminate those things that you disliked, okay? And that'll take a little process, but I really want you to take some time on that, okay? Number 3 is, with this Christmas coming up, what do you want to remember? A year and a few months, or right, a year from now, 5 years from now, what do you want to remember, you and your spouse? What do you want your kids to remember when they are older from this coming Christmas? Christmas, someone said, is like a marker in the year where it just kind of, you can base your life events and have certain specific memories. Who was there? What happened? Where were you to that Christmas? Okay. What do you want to remember? And this is where we started to make a list. I'm going to read to you guys this list, and hopefully you can use this as well. And please do write it down. My husband and I, we have a list of what we came up with, and we have it on the fridge, and we look back at it. Okay, so number 1, what are the priority events and activities that you want to remember? For us, going to a Colorado Christmas symphony is an absolute. We love hearing the symphony. We love singing the songs. It's kind of this big, this is the event for us, okay? Another is going to Nutcracker, some version of the Nutcracker, okay? So make a list of the absolute priorities. Dinner with family. Have a list also of the things that would be fun, but not necessary, because you're going to go through and pick out, yes, these are the things we're going to do this year, and be okay with putting the other things to the side. And if next year you're like, wow, I wish I really done that, then you can add it back in. Okay, then I want you to talk about traditions, the old and the new. When you have families, hi, do you want to come say hi to everybody?
Mama.
Say hi. Are you excited about Christmas? It's coming. Okay, Mommy's almost done, okay? You want to say what you remember about Christmas?
The peppermint show.
The peppermint show. Yes, she's going to perform in Clara's Dream, which is a spin-off of Nutcracker. You're excited about the ballet? Good. Okay.
Mama. Bye.
Bye. Give me a kiss. Okay, go play with your Barbies. They love being a part of this. Okay, so like I said, traditions, new and old. For example, the Christmas stockings from Santa Claus. You know, growing up, it was just in our household. When I started dating my husband, all of a sudden there were stockings for us, even though we were young adults. Then we started our own family, and there were stockings from Santa Claus at our house and then at Grandma and Grandpa's. And so we had to talk about creating a new tradition or keeping the old. So you have to decide, what do you want to keep and what do you want to start and continue? Okay, so traditions are fun and you remember them each year. You just decide on which ones. Okay, the last thing about traditions is thinking about activities that don't necessarily involve spending a lot of money. And that's going to go to our fourth step, which is creating a budget. Now, it is absolutely important that you create a budget or it will get away from you, because all the stores, Target, Walmart, Michael's, wherever you go, shopping on Amazon, little things are going to pop up like fun decorations and cards, and it's just going to keep going. Set a budget. And when you set this budget, go back to number 2, what is it you want to remember? Okay, why is Christmas important to you? Not number 2, number 1. Number 1, why is Christmas important to you? Why do you celebrate it? Keep that in mind with your budget, okay? Budgets create a lot of strife between husbands and wives and families, and it's very, very crucial that you guys are on the same page, okay? Because some budgets will be bigger than others some years, okay? All right, with that, you need to agree on the costs that you're going to spend, the number of gifts, and there's something that we heard and we love to follow is when you're getting gifts, you want to get something that the person needs, the person can wear, read, do, and then you go to the want and maybe getting that one special thing that they want. Up to you, but follow that. Need, want, do, wear, or read. If it doesn't fall in there and it's just like a little knick-knack, that will be given to Goodwill or donated in 6 months, so it's not necessary. It takes up space. They're not going to remember or care about it. Okay, so agree on the cost of the gifts you're going to spend, how many you're going to get for each person. Talk to family if you've got older siblings and your parents, and talk with each other about, you know, how you can keep this to a minimal Christmas if your budget's a little bit tighter. If you already have the crafts and you have the supplies, making homemade gifts are always awesome as well. If you don't have all that, be careful because you'll spend a lot more money trying to make homemade stuff, okay? All right, look up in your community and different sites, and I'm gonna have a list below that you can click on, but I'm gonna have a list of my top favorite free activities, but there's things that you can do that represent the holidays. Building a snowman, drinking hot cocoa afterwards, watching a Christmas movie, or do a Christmas lights search and find where you drive around your neighborhood and look for a reindeer or a Santa Claus. Do a search and find. Find fun activities that don't involve a huge cost. Singing Christmas carols. If you don't know them, you can look them up on YouTube and with the lyrics. But find those things that make it magical. Decorating your Christmas tree. Making homemade Christmas ornaments by cutting paper and then putting it on your tree. Get creative where it doesn't involve a huge budget and it creates new memories or traditions in the future. Okay? All right. And then there's things like there are always holiday parties with your company, your neighborhood, your friends, and people want to do gift exchange. Bow out of those. You don't have to do them. If your budget is tight, just say no. And then maybe the next year you can do them. But just be aware of that. Or maybe you could host a white elephant gift exchange so you have the fun of giving, but you don't have to go out and people don't have to go out and spend a bunch of money. All right, the very last tip is for you, number 5, share with your family. When you have kids, there are aunts and uncles, there are grandparents, there are in-laws, and they all have their own idea of what's going to make Christmas special. And it's important for you to share with them what's important to you and your family. There are some family members that love to give, but they just give random things and there's not a lot of thought. And we just have a lot of stuff build up. And I know we're not the only ones, but they have bags full of these gifts that don't have meaning or thoughtfulness. 6 months later, the kids don't care about and I donate. And so we're going to be having a conversation about if they could just follow that, what they need, what they want, what they can do, which is so important. Ballet, soccer, these different experiences, going to a concert, or what they can read. But anything outside of that, don't do it. Let's keep it meaningful. Okay, share now so you don't complain later, that everyone is in the same page. Those are my tips. I hope you enjoy. Again, be intentional. Focus on why you celebrate Christmas and keep it loving and fun. I hope you enjoy my tips that I have below, and have a great day. Mwah. Make sure to subscribe for more mom tips and hacks.